What's happening, YouTube? It's your boy Dustin here, back with another video. It is so good to be back on this channel and back into a daily routine with you all and just talking about life and everything that goes into it. That's what we do on this channel, and the fact that y'all are here just means the world to me. So thank you so much. Listen, guys, I was thinking about something. Man, guys and girls, I had this moment a few minutes ago that just came to me where I was thinking about reflecting on the moments, specifically key moments from last week or this past week, a few days ago, all of that combined, where the people who most needed to come through for you in the right moments came through. You know what I mean? They came through, and in a sense where they just connected with you. They connected with you at the right moment, at the right time, and it was incredible. Do you remember those times? Do you remember those moments where the people that maybe you were watching their content the most at the time, or vice versa, or they're people you interact with on a daily basis who you look up to, and vice versa, that, or you just feed off of? Maybe it's somebody who really doesn't need you, but they kind of like connect with everybody on the same level, but you look up to them. Regardless, there are those people who you really look up to, like really good people. And I'm specifically talking about the people that give you back that same energy. They're so happy to see you and connect with you and all that. I'm kind of like I'm in this phase where I'm in a transition period where I'm trying to get more people on deck. It doesn't matter if it's just here on YouTube. Like, I would be fine with that. If it was nobody like in my day-to-day life, it was just like YouTube. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people come here to connect, and that's where their outlet is. But man, when you make that connection is the reason why I'm making this video. So let me put my mic on here, guys and girls. So that connection is something that we strive for, and we strive to make those connections. I think I want to live my life just doing that, and just connecting with incredible people. It's all about making good experiences for like everybody included. It's about making everybody feel included, and for those people who they want to be disconnected, I feel that, because I've had times where like maybe I didn't want to connect with anybody. I was very quiet, or I was just having a rough time. I was in a rough season. I understand, like, daily it's rough. But now I'm at that point where I'm like, every time I connect with these specific people, I can't explain it to you. It's just like, as soon as I get on their channel, as soon as I connect with them, as soon as I get into a conversation with them, it's immediately all the questions that I have are answered. All reason has come to a halt. Because we constantly tell ourselves, and I constantly tell myself, why couldn't this go this way? Why couldn't this go that way? Why can't I just this? Why can't I just that? Why can't I just X, Y, and Z? And then you come in contact with these people that are just extremely positive. They are overwhelmingly positive and loving and passionate, affectionate people. They hug you, they compliment you, they say positive things about life, They talk about good things that are going on in their lives. They talk about, you know, just all positive stuff. Those are the kind of people that just, I'm talking about the people that really get you, though. They always seem to tell you what you want to hear, when you want to hear it, what you need to hear, most importantly. And they got your back. So, man, people who just tell it how it is. There's a lot of people who do it through a comedic way too. Comedy is huge. They're realistic. They're funny. They're straight arrow. A lot of people nowadays are too serious. You can't be overly serious 24/7. If you're trying to be professional, that's great. I think professionalism is key, but you also have to lay back and just let the higher power take the reins, and just let go. And that's what I've been doing lately, just completely letting go. Not in a non-caring sense. It's good to not care. It's actually good to a certain extent. Uh, you know, X, Y, and Z didn't work out today. So what? There's tomorrow. That sort of nonchalant mentality is a good way to look at things, because just in knowing that there's more experiences that will come your way, more opportunities, and that's what's important in this life, is seeking out those opportunities as they happen, not when you want them to happen, the second that you want them to happen, because it's never going to play out that way. So, and another thing too is looking at the negative situations and putting a positive connotation on it, seeing the negative situations as a positive. Okay, saying to yourself, what can I do in this situation? What can I get out of this situation? What can I learn in this situation? It's all about learning. It's a learning experience, right? So let me get some water here, guys. So essentially, that makes every experience you go into a positive experience. Remember, we talked about in the other past two videos, your middle ground being your peace. I remember, shout out my brother Soul Immortal. That's my brother, man. He's been getting me through some tough times as of late. But his channel, guys, if you haven't watched it, go check it out. Soul talks about in one of his recent videos your bottom, your ground level, your rock bottom being a new bar. So if your life is at 100%, and that's not good enough, and a couple days of the week you're trying to shoot at 110 and you're getting there, make your rock bottom 100%. That way, you're not falling too low, for yourself. And I'm talking about your mentality. I'm not just talking about performance, guys. I'm talking about your peace. Make your bottom shelf a good shelf to be on, with good people surrounding you. If your bottom shelf is Netflix and spending time with your loved ones and having an ice cold glass of iced tea and just smiling more and breathing and taking in a breath of fresh air and just saying, whew, life is good. I have everything I need. That should be your new bottom shelf. Make it a good bottom shelf so that when you're working the grind, working the hustle, you have more things to look forward to because you know you're doing all the right things. And put the horse blinders on, stop looking at everybody else, noticing what other people are doing. And it's hard. It's so hard to do that because people come at you and judge you. And we all say it, easier said than done. Don't listen to other people's opinions. Don't care. Don't listen to what people think of you. It's so easier said than done because those people are going to think negative things about you when you're not thinking negative things about them. So what I try to do in those situations is just respond positively. What else can they do to you? You're literally showing them love and compassion when you have a choice. You don't even have to do that, and you're deliberately going out of your way to do that for somebody who you're caring about. By doing that, maybe somebody you don't even like, but that's huge. That should honestly be reciprocated with a reward from the other person. The other person should be like, wow, this person probably remotely doesn't even like me, need to be talking to me right now, but they chose to respond in a positive way. They should be going out of their way to do things for you. You know what I mean? Not because you're better than everybody else around you, but because you're unique. You're unique in the sense that you're loving them like nobody else ever could in that moment. So people take things with such a grain of salt these days. And maybe we need to do more. I think maybe we limit interactions too much. Interactions are just so quick and they're empty. We need to put more fulfillment into the cycle of reacting with people and how we respond and all. And it's difficult because we're trying to do things in the process. We're working, we're putting things on our calendar, on our schedule, we're getting errands done, we're cleaning our house, we're letting the dog out, feeding the cat. We're busy. We got things going on. I get it, but help as many people as you can by reaching out and just being kind, the kindest you can be. Okay? So make that bottom shelf a good one. But guys, those people that make you feel so incredible that just as soon as you get on live with them, or as soon as you text them, or as soon as you do X, Y, and Z, their face lights up. Like, yeah, like good seeing you. I had a conversation with a buddy of mine yesterday, and it was like I didn't even have to try. You could tell that he had all he has all these material things. He has a great job and career going for him. He has so many people he interacts with on a daily basis. And he chose to stop and interact with me and treat me like I was important to him. And I could actually tell that I was important to him. It means a lot to him that I'm speaking to him and having a conversation with him because he appreciates me. And vice versa. I appreciate the world out of him because he's a brother. So you can just tell how meaningful those people are. They're your people, guys. They're your people. You need more of those people in your life. Because when everything's going to hell and you're just not doing well, you need to turn to those people and just be like, I'm going to tell yourself, I'm going to have an extremely positive conversation with these people because that's all I have left. Those people are fragments of you. I'm fully convinced. Fragments of you spread out all over the earth, of your love, of your kindness, of your individualism, and your uniqueness. You know, there's never one answer. There's always we convince ourselves that there's one answer to everything. So, some of us more than others. This is my way. This is how it's got to be, and we fight, and we go against the grain on each other. But with these people that are your people, you notice you never have to do that with those people, and that's why I love those people. Is it's never like pulling teeth interacting with those people, and that's how it should be. We should strive to make every interaction that way with every person. And even if you can't have, which you probably never will have, as good of a relationship with everybody else than you do your specific people, even though that may be the case, it's still going to be so much more enjoyable and easier to help people, love people, to reach out, to communicate with everybody around you. And that's practice. Practice makes perfect, and we might as well just forget about perfect altogether and focus on becoming loving individuals. That's the secret, and enjoying the process. Okay? This was a longer video today, guys, but I love you all so much. I'll see you all in the next video. Remember, find your people, feel that good feeling. Remember what it feels like to walk into the room with your people and watch their face just light up when they see you. Just wait. I can't wait to see what kind of conversations you're going to have with those people, how they're going to affect you in a positive way in your life, and what they're going to do for you. Okay? I'm going to go find those people right now that I know are out there and that are in my life right now and spend some time with them. Love you all so much. Find your people. Love you guys. Peace.